guys were unstoppable down there. Like an army of two. You're the one who did a good job. You kept this mission on track when everything went wrong. Who could use someone like you at SSC? You could make 3-4 times what you're making here. Easy. Is that so?
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Skeeter McGraw from Real Gamers, and I got my buddy Bojangles over here on the couch.
Yo.
And we are here to do a video review for Army of Two for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. And as you can see on the screen, this is a third-person shooter from EA Montreal. But what is special about this third-person shooter is that it was designed from the ground up with co-op in mind, as the name implies. EA Montreal, decided to change up the formula. Games like Halo and Gears of War, they put co-op in their games to basically keep the fans happy. But essentially, it's not really cooperative. It's two players playing through a single-player campaign. And EA Montreal wanted to change it up, and they really succeeded and created a really unique and enjoyable experience with Army of Two. Now, what you might be asking yourself is, what makes this game a co-op game? And the answer is, you and your partner have to work together if you want to complete this game and or even stay alive. I mean, you can do some, there are a couple cool little features in the game, such as if you're surrounded by enemies, you can actually go back to back, and it'll go into a little bullet time sequence, which you'll actually be able to see in the footage up here in a minute. And it's really fun every time you do it. Also things like one player can lift the other player up onto high ledges. You can get places you normally wouldn't be able to get. And then obviously, if one of you gets injured, the other one has to go and help them out and heal them. But the main reason, you are just going to have to work together to kill bosses and other enemies. If you're facing a really tough boss, one of them's going to have to distract them while the other one goes and flanks around, get some shots from behind. And you are going to be able to do this with the power of aggro. And aggro, for those of you who don't know, is basically a meter on the top of the screen that lets you know how much the enemies are focusing in on you versus your partner. If you're, rushing all your opponents and shooting like crazy, and your partner just kind of stays there not doing much, the enemies are all going to focus in on you, and it's going to, make your partner basically invisible. They can, go flank around, get some stealth kills, and the obvious downside, however, is that if you've got all the aggro on you, then you will die much more quickly, and it's going to take some skill on your part. But you can, there's definitely ways to counter this. I mean, and overall, it adds a new element to the game that we have just not seen before in previous games, and really balances it out nicely, and we enjoyed a time with it, and it felt really organic and natural, and it was just great. Now, the real meat of Army of Two is obviously the campaign mode, and this can be played either solo with an AI partner on your side, or split screen on the same Xbox or PS3, or over Xbox Live or PlayStation Network online co-op. And in terms of story, you play as Salem and Rios, who in the beginning of the game you start out as two Army Rangers, and the story actually takes place over 16 years, and 10 years into it you become actually mercenaries working for this big corporation called SSC. And it might just seem like a standard, shooter story, but there's actually a much deeper meaning to it. It actually shows a lot of politics involved with these private military corporations, and what actually goes into, hiring these, private militarists to help fight wars. And yeah, there's a much deeper meaning to it. You can basically get out of the story whatever you want to get out of the story. It took us about 7-8 hours to beat, but it was a very action-packed 7 or 8 hours. Now, the thing you are seeing behind you is my personal favorite part of the game. It is the ability to pimp out any weapon or armor that you buy in the game. And you start out with your default weapons. After the first mission, you gain cash for completing objectives. And you can use this cash to, like I said, pimp out your weapons. You can upgrade the grip. That was Bojangles. You can upgrade the grip, the clip to get yourself more ammo. The barrel. I actually put a shield on my rifle. Got a shotgun barrel down there. You can also edit your masks, your armor, things like that. And I really enjoyed it because it gives me a sense of uniqueness in a way. because, you know, when I'm going into campaign or, you know, let alone online multiplayer, I feel like I'm going into battle with, you know, guns and armor that no one else has, and I feel like I've really accomplished something. You know, it gives me this deep level of customization that, you know, a lot of shooters don't have, and I think it's a really great element to have. It just feels really great. Now, the last thing I'm really going to talk about here is the campaign, or the graphics rather, excuse me. And basically, this game is a joy to look at. Now, you are going to notice, as you can see on the bottom of the screen here, there are some nasty looking environments. There are some definite muddy textures, but for the most part, it's a pretty game. The character models are exceptional no matter what armor, mask, weapons you're using. The character models are always going to look great. And even though the environments look somewhat bland, they vary the environments up enough that you're not really going to notice it. You're fighting in jungles, in caves, in deserts, in buildings. So, you know, you're not really going to notice the bland environments, and it doesn't feel repetitive at all. Every level that you go to feels like a new and unique experience.
I like the pretty colors.
Yes. And, yeah, overall, I would definitely recommend Army of Two to any third-person shooter fan, or just, you know, shooter fans in general. I mean, it's obviously much better if you've got someone who can consistently play this with, like a neighbor, as one gripe we definitely had was if you're playing this game by yourself, your AI partner is not the smartest guy in the world, to say the least. However, we still really enjoyed the game. We felt it was really good, and especially if you've got someone you can consistently play this game with. Overall, we gave it an 8.5 out of 10, and hope you enjoy it. See you later.